Good evening. This is Grandpa Mirlin, and I'm just sipping a warm cup of coffee. Mm. I'm running low on sweetener, and I'm running low on Coffee Mate. And that sucks about 9 different kinds of dick. It really does. And I'm just making this video to kind of update you on my life. As you all know, I've been enjoying making reaction videos and videos to a lot of things. I cannot keep up. There's so much coming out in the world of K-pop right now. I simply cannot keep up. And it's just overwhelming. Even my own groups like Mamamoo, Moonbyul is just poured out all this stuff, and I'm just like, I only got to react to one thing so far. And now, word is that Ween is releasing an album called We. Oh, wow. This whole thing coming out right now from SM Entertainment with Boa and Wendy and Sogi and Karina and Winter and a few others. Girls on Top that I don't even know how to get behind all that news. Man, what a sucky journalist I am. So, I really just woke up, looked at my phone. Man, this is good. So, for me personally, my grandson Kieran is in North Glen, Colorado, which is a suburb of Denver, with my daughter and other grandson Miko, and they have spent the holidays together there. And in the Philippines, all my family and friends there, they celebrated Christmas without me, and I was supposed to be there. I did the best I could to help them. I couldn't help all of them. It was just too much. I didn't have enough money to send everybody. I tried. I didn't even have money to send my own grandson a present yet, which I hope to make up for when and if this short-term disability claim kicks in. I was working at home online, and I just got so sick constantly over and over. I was missing days from work. Finally went to the doctor, and she just took me right out of work. She said, "You're not working till we find out what's going on with you." So I'm probably going to have another colonoscopy and an upper endoscopy. See what the hell is going on with my gastroparesis, since it's getting worse. They won't find anything. They didn't find anything last time. They base the diagnosis on my symptoms, but they go inside of me and they don't see anything that's any different or of any concern, you know. And that's the way it always is. I could be dying and they will, "There doesn't seem to be anything wrong with you, sir." That's the way it was when I was in school. I'd be sick, but they wouldn't send you home unless you had a temperature. And I've never had a temperature. My whole life, I don't ever remember having a temperature. They ask me that now. Have you had a fever? What's your temperature? Fuck, I don't know. Take my temperature. And never. They take the little thing on your forehead now. You know. Never have a temperature. So, you know, only way I could get electricity cut on in my name here was to sign an agreement, because I had a huge bill, $2,000 bill from 2011 when I lived at Rustic Village across from Monroe Community College in Rochester, New York. And they're just sending me bill after bill now. I need to pay on that agreement. Well, I don't have any fucking money. I guess I'm going to have to apply for HEAP, which is assistance for paying utility bills. I've got a caseworker through an agency called Blossom, and they are going to try to help me navigate some of this shit. Also, I applied for rental assistance, and it goes through an agency called Villa of Hope. It's been 3 or 4 months now. My rent has gone up, 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 up. I don't know what the hell's going to happen with that. My cable bill is not behind, but it will be. I figure that'll, go in the red here in the next couple weeks. So I really have no idea what's going on with all that stuff. Basically, I don't pay my bills because I help everybody else. That's the way it always has been, Lost my truck because I wasn't making my payments because I was helping other people. And then I had to go to people and ask them for help. They're like, well, what do you do with your money? I don't understand. I don't understand either. I don't have a clue. I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with me. All these things I want to do in life, I can't even pay my fucking bills. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I am an eternal pessimist. Really, I am. You've heard people say that they're an eternal optimist. I'm an eternal pessimist. I don't know what, I can't make any plans. I float like a pine needle on a brook or a stream. It goes wherever. I don't know where I'm going to be month to month. If you'd have told me a year ago I'd be here now, I wouldn't have known any different. Well, okay. I don't know. I can't make any plans for myself. They never come to pass because I'm always putting my resources somewhere else instead of taking care of myself. See that refrigerator in the background here? Over here on this side where my coffee cup is, see that? I rent that. I'm behind in rent on that. They want to come get it. If they come get it, where am I going to put my food? So I'm avoiding them because they can't legally come into my apartment and get anything unless I open the door and invite them. And they haven't showed up here. They can't call me because they changed my phone number. Ha ha ha. My daughter has been nice enough to resume a relationship with me on a limited basis, but at least she's done that much. She didn't have to. She sent me an Ancestry DNA kit that child has always been interested in genealogy and where she's from. So all through her teens and 20s, she was trying to find out information about all sides of her family. You know, her mother was half Filipino and Irish, and my ancestors were supposedly Irish, English, and Native American. That's what we've been told. Not only did she find out using Ancestry DNA that, you know, our so-called Cherokee is like so minuscule it doesn't amount to anything. Also, you know, my family has always been fucked up anyway. You know, it's always said that my mom cheated on my dad and therefore I wasn't my dad's son. He was the one that took care of me all my life till he died. He's the one that took me in and took care of me. And it turns out he may not even be my real father. My daughter did her DNA. It matched up with people that turns out are relatives of the person who may have been my real biological father. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You know, I don't know how to think about that, except for the fact that my dad, he was the one who took care of me, and he was the one who loved me. And I don't know who the other person was, but she sent me a DNA kit for Christmas, and I spit in a tube, put it in the package, and sent it off. And they said it would take 6 to 8 weeks for the results to come back down. That's a long time. I remember when I was a kid, we'd get cereal, and there would be like, you know, you mail a certain amount of box tops back with $3.95 postage and handling. We'll send you this piece of shit toy, and it will take 6 to 8 weeks for it to get to you. And my God, that was an eternity. 6 to 8 weeks. So by March, I should know. I should have the results back. I also want to do that 23andMe. She did that also. I want to do that. And my daughter, she also just mailed me confirmation that she sent me some CBD gummies. Yeah. She even showed me a picture of the receipt here. Let me put it on the screen for a minute, and I'll show you where my daughter, she put this on screen. Yeah, just give me a minute here. I'm trying to make sure this comes up right. I don't know. For some reason it's not working. For some reason this shit ain't working. Oh no. This shit ain't working for some reason. Well, what's going on here? I probably should have rebooted my computer before I started recording. You know? Let me go back. Let me go to this window here and see if I can bring it up. It's got to be one of these desktops. Okay. Excuse me for the burp. For some reason it's not working. I don't know why. I know what I'll do. I'll save an image of it. Save the image in my CL folder, because the last video I did was of CL and her lover like me and tie a cherry. And I will go in that folder and I'll put that file up. And lo and behold, there it is. Yeah. All right. That's it. It's the tracking. That's the tracking number. And estimated delivery date is 1/3/22. I sound like I'm drunk. I am not. I just woke up. This is how I am when I first wake up. That's why, like, I'm not the type of person, that can, like, wake up and be like, all pepper and cheery. There it is. You see? East Rochester, New York, 14445. That's me. That's where I live. It is 2.5 ounces. Estimated delivery date, 1/3/2022. And there's the tracking number. The whole reason is because the benefits of marijuana, cannabis, whatever you want to call it. I can't smoke it because my lungs are fucked up from smoking cigarettes for 30 years. I tried smoking it for a while and it just got worse and worse. I was just coughing my brains out, But the benefits of the ingredients, the chemicals in there, the CBD, I'm not even sure what that means. All I know is that everybody says, it will help me with the pain that I have on a regular basis. I gotta call the drugstore because they were supposed to deliver my ibuprofen. I haven't seen it. I'm just about out of my prescription acetaminophen. I'm on prescription acetaminophen. Which is Tylenol. I'm on prescription ibuprofen, which is like Advil, because I have so much pain and I refuse to take anything that's a narcotic, except in extreme situations, Even in the hospital when they could give people morphine, they give me Toradol, which is about the same thing, but it's not a narcotic. I've just seen too many people get addicted to opioids that way. And so many people like the feeling of getting high. I've never liked that feeling too much. I mean, I like it a little bit, but not enough to where I, just, oh God, I got to have that again. I could take it or leave it. That's why I never became an alcoholic. There's a lot of alcoholism in my family. And I love bourbon, man, but I've never been, like, I got to have a bottle of bourbon. I can take it or leave it. Beer, I don't know. Sometimes I like a good cold beer when it's really hot outside. Or go out to a restaurant. I might have a certain kind of beer. I'm not one of these people that will just drink a beer to be drinking a beer. And then you see these people, they can't afford the good beer, so they get the rot gut shit at the cheapest price they can possibly get it. And it tastes like shit, and they don't care what it tastes like because they're after that. That addiction, that alcohol, I never got into that. I was always addicted to food and the taste, the sweetness, sugar. And I've tried to replace that with, things that are, that won't affect my diabetes, like sucralose, which is Splenda, or aspartame, which is like equal, or their generic equivalents. I'm allergic to saccharin. We found out a couple years ago. So it's okay with me. I never liked it anyway. You know, the sweet and low, the pink packs. I'm allergic to that, and certain medicines I can't take because it has saccharin in it. But anyway, let me ask you a question. You know, what are you going to do with your life, however old you are? You know, the things that I tried to do in my later life, it was just too late. Like I went back to college, you know, in my 40s. I got 2 associate's degrees and I double majored at the University of Rochester. And I tried to go for my master's degree and I just was so damn burned out I couldn't do it. I could have finished my master's degree in 2 years and I could have been teaching online and I wouldn't have to worry about any of the shit that I've had to deal with since 2014. But who knows? A whole batch of other problems might have been there. It was just too late. It was just too late in life. You know, and like I found Maricel in the Philippines and I thought, you know, I'm going to marry her and bring her to the United States. And, you know, I haven't been able to get back there in 4 years, almost 4 years now. Every time I try, I can't. It was just too late in life. And I'm 53, but I mean, both of my parents died at 73 years old. They were 17 years apart in age. Both of them died at 73 years old. You know, my dad had prostate cancer that went all over his body. All the men, well, you know what? What difference does it make? I may not be his child anyway, so who the fuck knows what my paternal genetics are like anyway. And then my mom, she smoked for 61 years. 61 years. She started smoking when she was 9 years old. And she smoked till she was 70. And when she was 70, she found out she had COPD. And what a hell that was for the next 3 years that she went through. She got to the point she didn't even have enough breath to form sentences. She didn't have enough breath to sneeze. And then I was diagnosed with COPD after smoking for 30 years, which is half the time that she smoked. And fortunately, I've gone 9 years now. 9 years as of December 17th. December 17th is my quit date. So 2022, December 17th will be 10 years. You think that makes a difference? No, because once you have COPD, it's a progressive disease. You are past the point of no return. Leonard Nimoy, the guy that played Spock, remember the pointy ears in Star Trek? He was diagnosed with COPD and he died from it. And he was like, I don't understand. I haven't smoked in 30 years. I haven't smoked in 30 fucking years. And because he smoked when he was young, he got COPD when he was old and he fucking died from it. You know? So what's my outlook? I also have diabetes that's just eating me up. Everything's affected so far except my kidneys, and they're probably going to be next. I got retinopathy. I've got my vagus nerve that's dying, causing the branch that goes off to my stomach to die. And that's why I have diabetic gastroparesis. And tell you what, folks, that's worse than a simple upset stomach. Which is what most people, that's what they get in their mind when I tell them, I say, hey, I've got this disease and I'm sick as shit from it. That's why my doctor's taking me out of work. People don't understand. They don't fucking understand. And you know why they don't understand? They don't understand because we're all focused on the things that make our lives up. We don't know what the fuck makes other people's lives the way they are. We really don't. I'm kind of messing around with the controls of this minicam to see what would happen. Yeah, sorry if there's a little delay there. Yeah, I can't seem to get any. Oh, there it is. There it is. How about that? Well, that's what I was trying to bring up. I was trying to bring up this web page. Just, yeah, unfortunately, it's just like a screenshot of it. The Gastroparesis Cookbook. Oh, I should get that. Gastroparesis Tracker at Walmart. Nausea after eating, vomiting after eating, fullness after eating only a small amount, mild to severe bloating after eating, mild to severe pain in the epigastric or upper section of your stomach after eating. There's more that's not showing. One is erratic blood sugar levels after eating despite finely tuned insulin doses. You get really sick, just to put it bluntly. And it's all my fault because of what I put in my mouth over the years. For some reason, I've been addicted to food. For some reason, all my life, no matter what I ate, no matter how much I ate, no matter how full I was, I felt hungry. Not hungry like starving in Ethiopia, but always felt like I had to be eating something. I still do. All my life since I was a kid. For some reason now there is a weird delay in everything on my screen. And I don't know why. Oh no. Maybe that's a little better. I had a lot going on at the same time. So that's how I feel. And they say I suffer from major depression syndrome and PTSD. I'm not even going to go into the PTSD stuff. Maybe I'll make a video on that one day. I'll just say it's post-traumatic stress disorder, and everybody's like, oh, that's mainly for, people that were in battles and wars and shit. It's not just that. There's shit that goes on in people's life that, they can get PTSD from. You can get a bad accident and survive and have post-traumatic stress from that. In my case, it was abuse. I'm just not going to go into that right now. But depression, I don't know. Depression comes in waves. And it's not just being sad. That's what people think when they hear oh, he's depressed. Or she has depression. Aww. It's not just being sad. Depression is something, a lot deeper. And it comes in waves. You're up, everything's great, and then you're down. And you're up, and then you're down. And you're down for a long time. And then you're up, and you're down. I call them depression flares. Because they flare up, and they come out of nowhere. You don't know where the hell they come from. You don't know what it's all about. I really should get back into counseling. I was in counseling at one time. I kind of fell in love with my counselor. I hate that about myself. You can't be close to a woman without falling in love with her for some reason. And I have a woman that loves me in Manila. And when I was there, she took care of me like I was a god. And I didn't feel like I deserved it. But I will tell you what, I had the best time of my life going to Manila. I was like a rock star, man. People loved me. I was famous just walking down the street, and I don't know why, man. You know, I had this old lady come up to me. She didn't have a tooth in her head. And she just came and said, I love you. And I went and I gave her a kiss on her head. And I told her, I love you too. And there were people around. They were all laughing and clapping. I don't, There was one guy that came up to me. His name was Mirlin. And he wanted to be my friend. And he added me on Facebook. And before I left, I said, I'll be back within a year, I'm sure. It's been 4 years. But you know what? He died. He died like within a year. It made me sad. Lost a lot of people over the years. I'm sure eventually I'll be joining them. I'm very aware of my own mortality. I don't expect to live another 20 years. That's why I said everything I did was late in life. I honestly don't know what to do with the rest of my life. I can't get to Manila. I can't get Maricel here. My life here is shit because I can't get my shit together. Can't take care of myself because I won't take care of myself. I love my daughter, but our relationship has been so up and down over the years. It's not a family relationship that I can depend on. My grandson's a teenager. He's a teenager. He can't be responsible for an old man. He's at a point right now where he cares more about his friends than he does other things, and that's normal. My daughter went through that too, but it tore me up. It tore me to pieces. And I wasn't there for her when she was growing up because her mother and I were estranged. I didn't know where she was for many, many years. She found me. I didn't find her. I gave up. I gave up on her. I told people I didn't have any kids because I didn't feel like I did because there was this baby. I had this child, this little baby, and she was born. And then next thing I know, she comes back in my life, and she was 14, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it. And I fucked up. I ruined it. I ruined my chance to be a good father. That was my shot. I'll never have another child. As much as Maricel would like a child, I've explained to her. It's very doubtful. I went to a urologist, and they told me how it was possible, but it's expensive. I'll never be able to afford that. I've often told Maricel, if you really want to have a baby, maybe you should try to find somebody else because I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. And she doesn't like it when I talk like that because she says she loves me and she's going to stick with me no matter what. Well, she stuck with me for 5 years, and I'm broke and poor, and she knows it, so she must love me. But you know what? That's been mostly apart. We spent 29 days together, and that's it. That's all we've had in real life. There's some weird whistling sound outside. I don't know what the fuck that is, but I hear it a lot. But anyway, I don't know what else to say. It's just my update. I've already gone over half an hour. Nobody's going to watch this whole fucking thing. I don't know. Maybe it just helps me to get in front of the camera and talk it out. Maybe somebody will watch it one day after I'm dead. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it from time to time. Just Merlin's Update with my radio voice. Hi, this is Merlin. Thank you for joining me and for subscribing to my channel. Please like and comment below. And now I'm going to tell you all about my boring, depressing life and why I never amounted to anything and why I never will. But you should still subscribe to my channel and watch my shit because who the fuck knows? But you know, I hope that one day I can cut through all this bullshit and do something that will benefit people in my life. Especially the people of the Philippines, because I feel like my American family, you know, Faith and Kieran and Miko and her other, her family over there in Colorado. Where the hell? I heard my ex Desiree and her husband are moving to Ohio. Her older sister is moving to Amsterdam, New York. So my daughter will be out there by herself. But I feel like they're going to be fine. My grandson is going to be fine. His father and his family, they'll always be there for him. Faith will always be there for my grandson. He's always going to have everything he needs. Doesn't matter if I am here to give him anything he wants or not. It doesn't matter. When I die, he'll be sad, but his life will go on, and he'll probably have a pretty amazing life. And I wish I was going to be alive to see it. He still says he wants to be a chef, but he's an amazing skater. Who knows? Maybe he'll get a skating sponsorship and he'll be, like Tony Hawk. Cooking Tony Hawk. He'll be skateboarding with a griddle. He'll be cooking while he's skating. Wouldn't that be amazing? Nobody's ever done that before that I know of. But he'll be fine. It's the Filipinos that I'm worried about the most. Like all of the Calixto and Sebesa family in Quezon City. And then I worry about Jen and Zoe and Giselle and Alexa and Polomolok, Mindanao, Philippines. Got a friend in Lucena City and her 2 kids I worry about. I just want to help them. I can't help them all. I don't have enough money. I fantasize about winning the lottery all the time and the things I could do for them. Well, we know how unlikely that is. I can't even buy a lottery ticket. When I have money, I don't have the ability to buy a lottery ticket because I have so many other things that I have to do with my money. I never have money for long. It's fleeting and just goes away. I don't know how to use money. I just redistribute it. I don't know how to make it work for me. I never have. I never understood money. I never liked money. I don't know. All I really want to do is not have to worry about anything. If there's an afterlife, I don't think it's a religious afterlife. I think it's just like we morph into another form. Does a butterfly know it used to be a caterpillar? Does a caterpillar know one day it's going to be a butterfly? I mean, maybe it has some sense. It might. But just think, maybe this is just a stage in our development. maybe dying is just we're going to wake up in some other form. It's a metamorphosis, you know. Maybe we were in some other form before, you know. But I think overall, I think the human race has got a lot of potential, and I think that we will survive. I really do. I don't think we're going to destroy ourselves. I think we're going to go through a lot of shit, a lot of trials, a lot of challenges, you know. But eventually, thousands and thousands of years in the future, I think we will mature and we will spread out through the galaxy slowly, gradually. Um, and I think our race will be builders. We always have. Builders and explorers. And will we always be peaceful? No. We fight. We fight over the stupidest shit. But I think eventually we'll get beyond that. I think we will mature as a species. Unfortunately, I will not be here for any of that. I will be dust in the wind. Stardust. That's all we are. Stardust. So anyway, I need another cup of coffee. It'll be my last cup of coffee till I can get some more supplies because I don't have any sweetener after this, and I'm really low on Coffee Mate. I'll figure something out. I think I have a little money left on the card my brother sent me. My brother sent me a $50 gift card, and I bought some supplies I need with that. But, you know, unfortunately, I had to pay a higher price for stuff because I'm not near a Walmart, and I bought stuff at a local store here in East Rochester, and their shit is priced 3 times higher than it should be because I couldn't get to a Walmart. They're too far away. But anyway, I want you, if you've gotten this far in the video, you've watched all this shit that I've said, almost 40 minutes. I just want you to live the best life you can live and do things as early in your life as you can so that your later life you won't be behind. You won't feel like you're playing catch up, so that you'll be a benefit to your family and friends and to the rest of humanity. You won't be a liability. That's my message. Ultimately, don't be a liability. Be an asset. And with that, I'm going to end this video. I hope that one day my life will improve to benefit those around me. And if it does, yeehaw! But somehow I doubt it. Somehow I doubt it. I feel like it's going to be 20 more years of this bullshit that I've been living for the past 20 years. Past 53 years, really. But anyway, take care of yourself. Peace, love, and don't stop to K-pop. That's the only thing that really perks me up. Is music. And even then I cry. Because I get so sensitive. You know, overly sensitive. So emotional. Because I'm jealous. I'm jealous of the people involved. Wishing I was there. Involved in it. I think that's why I cry. Because that which I am watching is so amazing in my life is such garbage. I think that's why I cry. I think that's how it comes out. Anyway, live long and fucking prosper. Take care. Bye-bye.